What's going on, turtle heads? I'm back with another warrior video on our amazing turtle WoW, but classic WoW players, hardcore players and classic fresh players can learn a thing or two as well. It's not how can I say, it's not 100% turtle WoW bound. I already made a Fury Prot video and you can check it on top right corner. However, though, we had some class changes and talents changes since then. So this is, let's say that this is updated guide. When it comes to Fury Prot warriors, I still think that's the way to go. And I still think Fury Prot warrior is the best. I mean, Fury Prot build is the best build on Turtle WoW and Classic WoW, even after so many changes on Turtle WoW. I've been playing Fury Prot warrior my whole life, and I didn't allow latest updates to ruin my fun playing one. In this video, I'll cover everything possible when it comes to Fury Prot warrior, including gear, rotation, consumables, bit of min-maxing, etc, etc. I will also make timestamps as well, because this video will be too long. So just jump to part you are interested in the most. Now, don't get me wrong, Impale / Shield Slam is a great build. Improved Revenge build is also great, but in my humble opinion, Fury Prot beats them all, especially when it comes to threat. I can not guarantee you that Fury Prot build will work in upcoming raid Karazhan 40, because Karazhan 40 is supposed to be harder than Naxxramas. Bosses over there will hit like, I don't know, patchwork or even harder, but I can guarantee you that this build works everywhere else, including main tanking Naxxramas. But I'm looking forward to check Fury Prot even in Karazhan 40. As an off-tank it should be fine, especially if you have a tier 3. First of all, I'd like to talk about talent points. Then we will jump to gear and consumables, rotation as well, min-maxing, etc, etc. Alright, so let's cover talent points first. So we have two different Fury Prot builds. The first one I am using, and the second one I found also amazing. So let's talk about the first one, the one that I am currently using. Alright, let's start in Fury 3. Cruelty 5 out of 5. You know what cruelty is, I don't have to explain you that. Now, dual wield spec, this is something amazing that Turtle WoW devs came up with. Increases the damage done by your offhand weapon by 25% and your chance to hit with your offhand weapon by 10%. That's just amazing. Then over here we have something tricky. You see, 99% of warriors on Turtle WoW have improved shouts. If you have 2 or 3 warriors in your group with improved shout, it doesn't make any sense for you to put 5 points in improved shouts, because you will have increased attack power bonus of your battle shout by 25% from other warriors. So I highly recommend you to go in Unbridled Wrath 5 out of 5 instead, which gives you a 75% chance to generate an additional rage point when you deal melee damage with a weapon. By all means, if you don't have a warrior that is running improved shouts, which is almost impossible, then you can erase Unbridled Wrath and put 5 out of 5 in improved shouts. Then we have a Blood Craze, which is totally useless talent. Then we have Enrage, which is amazing talent, gives you a 20% melee damage bonus for 8 seconds after being the victim of a critical strike. Then we have a Death Wish. Over here I decided to put 1 point in Reckless Execute, which reduces the cooldown of your execute ability by 1.5 seconds. This is amazing if you are an off tank. This is a little bit of min-maxing over here, because as an off tank you want to do as much DPS as possible, you know what I mean, and reduce the cooldown on execute by 1.5 seconds. That's huge. That's huge. That allows you to pump it up for good. So instead of putting 1 point in useless Unbridled Wrath, I decided to put 1 in Reckless Execute. Then we have Flurry, of course, which increases your attack speed by 30% for your next 3 swings after dealing a melee critical strike. And then we have Bloodthirst. They changed again Bloodthirst, so just read the tooltip. Instantly perform a reckless attack, dealing 100 damage plus 35% of your attack power and increasing your movement speed by 5% for 6 seconds, and increasing your movement speed by 5% for 6 seconds. I didn't know this until today, so this is cool. This is not bad. It makes you more mobile, you know what I mean. It makes you more it makes you it makes you mobile. Then over here we have a Prot tree. You will put 2 out of 2 in improved blood rage. Then you will put 3 out of 3 in anticipation. Now what developers did over here when it comes to anticipation is something amazing. They could put it down, but instead they have put it over here on perfect spot. Anticipation increases your defense skill by 20. That's literally 1 good Prot ring and 1 good Prot trinket combined. It's amazing. It's really amazing. Then we have Toughness, which increases your armor value from items by 10% and the amount of damage absorbed by your shield by 15%. That's amazing. Now over here depends what you want. At the moment I am running with shield spec. At the moment I'm running with shield spec 4 out of 5, which increases your chance to block attacks with a shield by 4% and generates 4 rage when a block occurs. Then we have Last Stand. Last Stand, you know what Last Stand is. And then we have Defiance. which increases the threat generated while in defensive stance by an additional 15%. This is the build that I'm running with at the moment, and I'm really happy with this build. However, though, if you want to mess around with Prot 3, by all means you can do this. Let's put 2 out of 2 in improved blood rage. Let's put 3 out of 3 in anticipation, 5 out of 5 in toughness. Then comes last stand. We're gonna do improved revenge, which gives your revenge ability 45% chance to stun the target for 3 seconds, but that's totally irrelevant because in raids almost nothing can be stunned. What is improved revenge good for? It reduces cooldown of revenge by 1.5 seconds, and 1.5 seconds reduced cooldown on revenge is huge, because revenge plays a big part in your rotation, and revenge is one of the best abilities when it comes to threat generation, if you know what I mean. And over here in shield spec we're gonna put only 1 point. Rest of the points, rest of 5 points are going into defiance. This is second build. If you wanna run this, by all means run. You have 2 options when it comes to Fury Warriors. You will either run 4 out of 5 in shield spec, or you will do 1 out of 5 in shield spec and put 3 out of 3 in improved revenge. Do as you like. Just mess around, just mess around a little bit, explore, see what suits you the best, and you know what I mean, just play around with it. So that will be it when it comes to talents. Now let's jump what I wanted to do next. Let's jump to rotation, right? Rotation. Okay, so when it comes to rotation, it's pretty straightforward. What I like to do. What I like to do before every pull. So your rotation starts actually before you engage with the boss. You see, Blood Rage. Blood Rage always gives you enrage. Melee damage increased by 20%. You want to use every possible millisecond of that. You want to take advantage of Blood Rage and Enrage. This is not some. This is on Turtle WoW only. It's not on Classic WoW. It doesn't work that way on Classic WoW. But yeah, you get my point. Then what I love to do to get extra threat on boss is chug Mighty Rage Potion. So let's do this. All right. Mighty Rage Potion into Bloodthirst, into Thunder Armor, into Heroic Strike, into Death Wish, into Perception, into Bloodthirst again, into Heroic Strike, into Revenge, into Thunder Armor, into Bloodthirst again, into Thunder Armor, into Heroic Strike, into Blood Rage, and Rage again, into Bloodthirst, and of course, this is a dummy. It doesn't attack back, but you have, of course, you have to include your revenge in your rotation, because this is dummy. It's not attacking me, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to rotation. So Bloodthirst is your main. Bloodthirst is your main ability over here. You want every bloodthirst, every possible bloodthirst, to be on cooldown. You just want to cast it on cooldown. You don't want to miss even 1 second. Then Heroic Strike, Thunder Armor, Revenge, Cleave if you are fighting against trash packs, etc, etc. Now, when it comes to demoralizing shout, you can do it. It also generates some threat. You can also do a thunderclap if you don't have a Thunder Fury warrior in your group, in your raid. I mean, sorry, and that will be it when it comes to rotation. But here is the catch, guys. 99.9% of warriors have their Heroic Strike and Cleave binded on something. For example, number 4, number 3, number 2, 1, it doesn't matter. Number F, letter F, sorry. That it doesn't work that way. Ideally, what you want to do, so Heroic Strike and Cleave are not ordinary abilities like Bloodthirst, let's say. Heroic Strike and Cleave are abilities that are in queue, which means that your next melee attack will perform Heroic Strike or Cleave. So what do you want to do is to bind Heroic Strike on mouse wheel up and Cleave on mouse wheel down, and just keep rolling your mouse wheel, if that makes any sense. You will immediately notice the difference. Believe me on this one. But be careful though, you don't want to go rage starving. You don't want to go rage starving because of this. I'm pretty sure that you won't, but just pay attention on your rage, you know. And yeah, like I said, 99.9% of the warriors are not doing this. I don't know why, but maybe they just don't know. But binding Heroic Strike and Cleave or on mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down, it doesn't matter. You can bind Cleave on mouse wheel down and Heroic Strike on mouse wheel up. This will make a huge difference. Then what else do we have? Nothing really. You are familiar with AoE, lip AoE taunt. You are familiar with Mocking Blow. So this is Mocking Blow over here. Just change stances and cast Mocking Blow. This is a very simple macro, and that's pretty much it when it comes to rotation. So yeah, let me see if I forgot something. Right. If you happen to fall below 20, 30, 40% of health state, you want to swap shield immediately. You want to swap shield immediately into shield block. Shield into shield block, last stand if necessary, or even shield wall. Do not be that guy, I will survive this, I don't need shield wall, or I don't need a last stand. If you feel like using shield wall or last stand, by all means use them. Don't die for nothing. That's what I wanted to mention. What else I wanted to mention? ideally, blood, Death Wish plays a big role over here. So I'm popping Death Wish 3 to 5 seconds into the combat, maybe even earlier. So bear that in mind. When you pop Death Wish, you are much squishier because it reduces your armor and all resistances by 20%. When you pop your Death Wish, just tell your healers to focus up their heals on you a bit more, because you don't want to die. And I think I covered everything with when it comes to rotation. Now, as a main tank, you don't want to use Demoralizing Shout. As a main tank, you don't want to use Thunderclap because that's job of tanks and Fury or Arms Warrior, especially Fury or Arms Warriors. And as a main tank, you want to cast some Thunder Armors, etc., but that's job of other warriors, especially DPS warriors in your raid. Also, I'm tanking Naxxramas with 375 defense, which is okay. I mean, not Maxna, not Patchwork, not Loateb, of course, but other bosses you can easily do with 375 defense. That's the first thing what I wanted to tell you. Second thing you see over here, guys, this is true item rack. So this easily helps you to swap your gear however you want. Now I'm on 401. So depends on boss I'm fighting, I'm just swapping my gear. You know what I mean? Simple as that. And over here, this is outfitter. Over here I have you see this arcane resistance, farming speed. This is, for example, I have a herbalism on my warriors, so I used to farm black lotuses and dream foils and plague blooms and all that kind of things. You know what I mean? So this is farming speed. I have a whip of encouragement, which increases your attack, which increases your mount speed by 3%. Carrot on a stick. I have a minor mount speed on my gloves. I have thorium spurs on my feet, etc. So in the end, my mount speed is like 112, 13, 14. I'm not sure, so I highly recommend you to get this. Then I have a fire resistance. This is for BWL and molten core, and sometimes I use fire resistance on Mograine because Mograine claps with fire. This is full mitigation. This is for Maxna, Patchwork, Loateb, and all that, Saphiron, and all that big boys over there in Naxxramas. And then I have a Fury Prot over here. This is my Fury Prot gear. So here it is. I will share my gear with you. 2.5 head, AQ40, ZG enchant, Markov key tune, plus 6 strength enchant. Then we have a 2.5 AQ40 shoulders, plus 2% haste, Cloak of the Fallen God, 2.5 chest, all stats plus 4, Hive Defiler wrist guards. These wrist guards are amazing for Fury Prot Warrior. Then I have gauntlets of Steadfast Determination, AQ40, Agility plus 15. Then I have a Triad Girdle. I was unlucky with Onslaught Belt and Girdle of the Mentor, but Triad Girdle is not that bad. Then I have 2.5 legs, Chromatic Boots, quick strike ring. Now the reason why I have quick strike ring over here and not the Band of Akuria, I mean I have every possible ring in the game. So the reason why I put quick strike ring over here is that my weapon skill is already at 311, you know, and I have 8 hit with weapon skill of 311. You need approximately 6 hit rating. So my hit is too much. Putting a ring over here that has 1 or 2% hit, it doesn't play any role. So quick strike ring gives you 5 strength, 8 stamina, improves your chance to get critical strike by 1% and plus 30 attack power. That's huge. Then I have circle of applied force. On quick strike ring I have all stats plus 3, and I have plus 6 agility on circle of applied force. Then I have black hands, breath, and DFT. I'm planning to get to where was it? Emerald Sanctum. This Head of Solnius, the Heart of Dreams, and I'm gonna just replace it with Black Hand's Breath. That will be pretty much it when it comes to my Fury Prot gear. So over here we have Crystal Sword of the Blossom. This is an amazing sword, also dropped in Emerald Sanctum, hard mode, Iblis, Blade of the Fallen Seraph, and over here I have Dragon Breath hand cannon. Why am I not using crossbow of Imminent Doom? So you heard that crossbow of Imminent Doom is BIS, or second BIS for warriors. Well, not on Turtle WoW. On Turtle WoW, as I mentioned, you have ancient warfare text, you have racial weapon skills, you have weapons like Crystal Sword of the Blossom, you have Maladat, you have even for example Blackwing Lair, trash mobs, even Doom Sedge has increased axe plus 4, etc, etc, etc. You can find a lot of these weapons on Turtle WoW that have increased weapon skill. Then let's take for example, look at this thing over here, Temple of AQ, Aura, gloves of the primordial burrower. Look at this, plus 6 axes, swords, maces, and daggers, and improves your chance to get critical strike by 1%. Blah blah blah. What's my point? My point is that crossbow of Imminent Doom is a great item, but if you lack hit, in classic WoW, players tend to lack hit a lot. That's where crossbow of Imminent Doom steps on scene. I have mine in the bank, but the reason that I'm using BWL gun is that it has plus 14 agility and 7 stamina. Plus 14 agility equals to approximately 0.72 or 73 crit chance, approximately 0.72, or that's almost 1 crit over here, almost 1 crit, and that helps me a lot with threat, you know what I mean. Alright, so bear this in mind. Just crossbow of Imminent Doom, that's really great, but you can spend 2 years in AQ20 and still not get it, you know what I mean. Especially if you are doing pugs. You don't want to end in mental hospital. Trust me. Now we gonna talk about consumables. All right, let's move to consumables and what I'm using when I'm raiding. Okay, so these are my consumables. Elixir of the mongoose, of course. Now over here I have a Juju power, which increases the target's strength by 30 for 30 minutes. Why am I not using Juju power? You see, strength plays a bigger role when it comes to warriors than attack power. Why? Strength increases attack power with melee weapons, but it also increases the amount of damage that can be blocked with a shield. Let's check attack power. Increases damage with melee weapons by blah 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 per second. That's why I'm using Juju power, which increases strength instead of Juju might. You cannot stack those two. They are not. They don't stack. It's either Juju power or Juju might. Then I'm using elixir of fortitude, which increases the player's maximum health by 120 for 1 hour. Then I'm using elixir of greater defense. Then I'm using Gift of Arthas. Gift of Arthas as a tank is a must. This consumable, this cheap consumable is something amazing. So read what it does. Increases resistance to shadow by 10, but that's totally irrelevant. If an enemy strikes the Imbiber, the attacker has a 30% chance of being inflicted with disease that increases their damage taken by 8 for 3 minutes. So literally every single DPS gets more DPS if a tank's wear Gift of Arthas. If tanks has Gift of Arthas up. Long story short, Gift of Arthas increases your raid's overall damage. That's why it's so powerful. Next we have a Ramsey Ram Black Label, which increases stamina by 15 for 15 minutes. And then over here we have something really interesting. We have a Danonzo Telabim Medley, and we have Hardened Mushroom. But pay attention over here. I'm gonna use Danonzo. I'm gonna use Medley first. All right. Hold on a second. I'm gonna use this. They stuck. That's my point. So Medley increases your haste by 2%, as you can see over here. Haste increased by 2. However, it stacks with Hardened Mushroom, which increases your stamina by 25. You want those two types of food. You see, I have both buffs up. This is something amazing. This is something really amazing. Then we have, okay, these are resistance potions, greater nature, shadow and fire resistance potions. You are familiar with that. Then over here we have elemental sharpening stones and consecrated sharpening stones. I have oil of immolation. I have a greater stone shield potion. This is a must, of course. Then I have a free action potion, which is a must as well. Lip limited invulnerability potion. Then we have a winterfall fire water. Then I have a purification potion. So why am I using a purification potion? Just in case on Nefarian or on Saphiron, if a mage or a druid fails to decurse me, I'm just using a purification potion because it removes curse and disease and poison from me. You know what I mean. Then I'm using a potion of quickness. Increases haste by 5% for 30 seconds. Now that's huge. That's huge. And ideally, you want to pop a potion of quickness at approximately 30%, 35% of boss's health state, so that you can get it in line with execute. You know what I mean. Then I have, of course, Spirit of Zanza, invisibility potions, of course, and Flask of the Titans. When it comes to engineering, I have Dense Dynamites and Goblin Supper Charges, Stratholm Holy Water, of course, and my favorite potion when it comes to warriors, Mighty Rage Potion. Increases rage by 45 to 75 and increases once again strength by 60. 60 strength is a lot. 60 strength equals in 120 attack power, but like I mentioned before, strength also increases the amount of damage that can be blocked with a shield. Right. So Mighty Rage Potion, like I said, I like to when I engage with boss, I like to chug one so that I can get that fast start on a threat. You know what I mean? So that players can unleash their full potential and just DPS the shit out of boss without worrying. Will they pull threat? Will they do this? Will they do that? Etc. etc. So that will be pretty much it when it comes to consumables. One thing when it comes to Turtle WoW, we have elemental sharpening stones and consecrated sharpening stones. Listen, guys, on Turtle WoW, Alliance and Horde play together, which means that in 90% of situation you will have a shaman in your group as an alliance. You put elemental sharpening stone or consecrated sharpening stone on main hand only. Excuse me, not on offhand, because your offhand will be enchanted with Wind Fury. If you have elemental sharpening stone or consecrated sharpening stone on your offhand, it erases Wind Fury, and that's something you don't want. It's not like in Classic, for example. Alliance in Classic, they don't have shamans, you know what I mean. So they have to put 2 elemental sharpening stones on each weapon, or 2 consecrated sharpening stones on two weapons. This is not the case with Turtle WoW. I've seen a lot of warriors putting elemental sharpening stones or consecrated sharpening stones on both of weapons. Don't do this. You are erasing your Wind Fury. And then they are shouting on poor shamans because they are not dropping totems. They are dropping totems. It's just that your enchanted offhand cannot get Wind Fury because it's already enchanted. So when it comes to gearing, if you ask me, okay, so what's the best, what's the BIS list of items for Fury Prot Warrior? My answer will be there's no such thing. There's no such thing as BIS for Fury Prot Warrior. You work with what you have. I mean, I could give you a list, but Turtle WoW is a little bit different, and it would just complicate things even more, if you know what I mean. So you work with what you have. First of all, you have to get that Preraid BIS to get you into Molten Core, BWL, ZG, AQ20, even AQ40, and so on and so on. That's the first thing. Second thing, you have Atlas loot over here, guys. So Turtle WoW devs made an amazing tank dungeon which you can farm. So over here we have, for example, these Greaves of the Elite Guard. These pants are amazing. Then we have Sabatons of the Elite Guard. Amazing fit. Then we have these shoulders, pauldrons of the Elite Guard. Then we have gauntlets of the Elite Guard, and so on and so on. This Vault's Defender. Then we have this Amulet of Warding. Just open your Atlas loot by all means, and just look for your pre-raid best in slot. So considering the fact that this video is getting too long, I am afraid I'll have to stop over here. However, I have one last tip for you. You see, there is a Discord called Fight Club, which is made when Classic WoW came out in 2019. This Discord is made by players that have been playing this game for 21 years, and there's a lot of things you can catch up over there. It doesn't include only vanilla WoW. It includes TBC, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, every single thing, you know. When it comes to tanking, when it comes to DPSing, everything, consumables, literally everything. So I will leave the link of this Fight Club Discord in description of this video. That being said, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. I just hope that Turtle WoW developers don't change something else so that I have to do an update on update. You know what I mean. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for stopping by, and good luck over there. Hope I helped out a little bit, and cheers, cheers, cheers.